Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Comboy here. Today I'm bringing you guys something a little bit different. I'm actually going to be bringing you guys pieces of the last 3 multiplayer trailers of the most recent Call of Duty titles. And we're going to be taking a look at what the companies hyped up the most in these trailers. The reason why I'm doing this is because Call of Duty Ghosts multiplayer trailer will be released pretty soon, probably within the next month or so, and we'll be getting a look at how the multiplayer is going to work. We're going to be getting a look at the new features that they added, and I just wanted to kind of make this video to maybe kind of put it all in perspective for you and show you guys how accurate these trailers are in building up hype for the next Call of Duty. So personally for me, I am a little bit excited for Call of Duty Ghosts, and there's a reason why, and I'll get into that. But right away, let's get into it. Let's go back all the way to Black Ops. We're going to be taking a look at that multiplayer trailer first, so I do hope you guys enjoy this video. I thought it would be pretty cool to make, and hopefully it's a good idea. So let's get right into it. The first thing that Black Ops did as soon as the trailer started was go right to the camera spike, and you can see that there's no map there or anything like that. The camera spike was definitely hyped up a little bit. A lot of people were talking about it and all that kind of stuff, but it actually turned out to be not that useful. There wasn't many people who actually turned out to use it. It wasn't even included in the Wii version, so we never even got to use that anyway. The next thing here is just some new features like the dolphin dive and the crossbow back there, and of course that rocket, kind of like interactive maps. I put the dolphin dive in slow motion for you guys, and of course you have the RCXD. So these are some of the new features that were shown in the Black Ops multiplayer trailer that were new to the series, that kind of built up hype for it. And then of course they ended the trailer with some theater mode, which was new to the series at the time and a great addition to it. But if you really take a look back at the things I just listed off, they weren't very prevalent in the whole multiplayer aspect of the game. They were just small, almost irrelevant little features that were added into multiplayer and included in the trailer to make it look a lot more epic than it actually turned out to be. Like I said, these things weren't even used that often, you know. The crossbow was rarely seen in regular multiplayer matches. Same can be said with the camera spike. The dolphin dive was used a little bit, and of course theater mode turned out to be a pretty cool feature, but for the most part, the things that were shown in the multiplayer trailer of Black Ops turned out to be pretty small features in the whole multiplayer aspect or the grand scheme of things. But anyway, let's move on to Modern Warfare 3. I personally think that first off, Treyarch always does a better job with trailers whenever they're making a multiplayer trailer or a map pack trailer. Whatever it is, I always think they're better with cinematics and with all that kind of stuff, kind of putting the whole video together. I thought the Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer trailer didn't really show much, and it kind of dragged on for a while. So the main things that they stressed during that multiplayer trailer was the strike packages, you know, the specialist, the support, and the assault strike packages. That was a huge aspect of the multiplayer in Modern Warfare 3, and a lot of people liked it, a lot of people didn't. I personally didn't really mind it. And a few other features that they showed was the new game type kill confirmed. They showed here with the guy picking up a few tags. And one thing that they stressed a lot when Modern Warfare 3 was about to be released during, you know, the regular campaign missions and during the multiplayer trailer as well, was the hybrid optics sight. And I remember a lot of people actually talking about it on YouTube, kind of hyping it up and all that kind of stuff, and it turned out that like nobody used that sight in multiplayer. So that was pretty much the Modern Warfare 3 trailer. Like I said, there wasn't really much shown. I would have liked to seen maybe a hint towards the Moab, so we could have got like a little bit of a glimpse at the Moab or something like that, but maybe we can expect something like the Moab or a nuke coming back in Call of Duty Ghosts. And yeah, so that was the Modern Warfare 3 trailer, and like I said, we're going to move on to Black Ops 2, and then this will be the last one, and we'll maybe talk about Call of Duty Ghosts for a little bit. So Black Ops 2, this is actually a leaked photo of Black Ops 2 multiplayer before the trailer came out, and I remember a lot of people were making videos about it and kind of explaining it and all that kind of stuff. But if you've been playing Black Ops 2, you could see that this isn't the same. We know that this map is Aftermath, but a lot of things changed since this picture was taken. For example, if you look at the mini-map, it is a little bit different looking, and then in the bottom right hand corner you can see that the kill streaks are different. They're not set up the same way. And then of course the MP7, as we know, doesn't have 20 bullets, so they probably increased the clip size to that. If you remember from Black Ops 1, a lot of the submachine guns started off with only 20 bullets. So of course in the Black Ops 2 multiplayer trailer, the biggest thing was the Pick-10 system. Those were scattered throughout the trailer. The Pick-10 system turned out to be a pretty cool thing. I liked it a little bit better than the classic. And a huge marketing thing, if you guys remember, before Black Ops 2 was released, was the quad rotor or the Dragonfire kill streak, which actually turned out to be one of the less popular kill streaks in the game. But either way, if you guys remember it, this was a huge thing that they hyped up. If you remember on FPS Rush's channel, they did a lot of things with their website with the quad rotor and all that kind of stuff, and like I said, it didn't turn out to be a huge kill streak in multiplayer. That's kind of unfortunate. The target finder here, if only we knew then, right? And the ballista iron sight's another thing that a lot of people were talking about, pretty excited for, right? And it turns out that a lot of people actually don't even use the ballista iron sight. So The same could kind of also be said here for the millimeter scanner. It was a huge thing that people were talking about, seeing through walls and all that kind of stuff. And it turns out that even though it was a regular attachment, you know, you could see through walls regularly, a lot of people don't even use this attachment on their gun. So it was another thing that hyped up a lot of people, and it turned out to be a bust, kind of. And then of course the swarm at the end, a pretty cool way to end the trailer. But the swarms look so much bigger on the trailer. You know, they're kind of really small in the actual game. And then of course in the end here, the multi-team team deathmatch, which isn't even really that popular. And of course you have the shoutcast mode and the MLG kind of thing, which is good for the pro players and all that kind of stuff. But it turned out to be not really that big of a piece for the regular casual guys. So that's it for the Black Ops 2 trailer. Now the question is, should you believe the Call of Duty hype for Call of Duty Ghosts? When the multiplayer trailer comes out, should you be hype about it? Should you get excited for the things that are shown in it? Previously my answer would have been questionable based off the 3 trailers I just showed you guys, but my answer is different this year. I'm actually excited for the Call of Duty Ghosts multiplayer trailer, and the reason why I say that is because I think it's going to be a lot different. I think that this year they're going to try to change things up more than usual. Instead of just adding a few small features, a new weapon or a new kill streak or something like that, I think they're actually going to try to reinvent what Call of Duty is. And with the release of the next generation consoles, I think that this Call of Duty has a lot of potential and could be a really, really good game. So we'll have to wait and see, guys. Like I said, the multiplayer trailer should be released within the next month or so, and we'll be seeing some multiplayer footage shortly. But that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this type of video. I tried to put it together pretty well and just kind of share my thoughts about the upcoming Call of Duty Ghosts game. And that's pretty much it, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you all later. Thanks for watching.